How you doing? We're gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna go find a hat to put on. There's a hat over here somewhere. Where if this is a hat. I know it does that. Just a second. So we're going outside. And we're gonna go for a walk on the property. Yeah, I'm gonna turn on my flashlight if I can. I can turn on my flashlight. I can do that, and I can even flip the camera. Yes, I can do that. I can turn that on. Okay, what do you know? Right on. So, with that, we are going to go for a walk around the property. See if my thing reads right here. Is that good? Is that good? Is that on it? It's fine. We don't need to worry about looking at me. We're just going for a walk. So I'm going to flip the camera as we go for a walk here so we can look around and see what we got. All right, there we go. So we're just going to go take a walk around here around the property and see what we can find on an evening walk. Here's our fire pit from yesterday, the other night from Halloween. And we got our work area set up for tomorrow. We'll be doing some pipe cutting and threading out here tomorrow. Just taking a quick walk around in the evening here. See if we can find anything out here. Now, this is the first day I've had to be able to stream from my phone. And that's the neighbor's got a light over there at the road. It's about 600-800 feet away, something like that. Somewhere in there. So in the future, what I'll do is I will be able to stream a little bit earlier in the evening, and we'll be able to get, there's the moon. I know that's just tremendous, and that's just like a star. It's just huge. It's full moon, we're real close to it. But in the future, we'll get out a little bit earlier in the evening at twilight, and we'll be able to see a little better. One of my trucks over here, the Lobo. We're going to take a little walk over here to see where we end up. It's all kinds of stuff out here. We're just out in the field, so there's a big field over here. It goes way over those trees back there. Let's take this, follow this trailer around, see where it goes. This was maybe a driveway at one point, and it hasn't been in a long time. Couple years it's grown over. And we never know what we're going to see out here. You never know what you're going to find. There's that moon again. Full moon. I'm not sure how to do anything with the filters on this. Can I try a filter? It's got the retouch on, but that's not really helping to see the moon. So, what is this? Oh, we're with the highlights later. So. I don't have that on. Yeah, there's the moon up there, and we're going to go over here into the woods and see where we end up. I don't know how long of a walk we're going to be on. This is the first one. It's kind of hard to see, it's just a flashlight. I've got a couple other flashlights. I need to put batteries in them, and so we might do some nighttime walks and look for raccoons and armadillos and stuff, critters. But for now, I'm just going to take a walk around. I'm not particularly worried about running into anything dangerous out here. We're not that deep in. We're fairly close to the road, and we live over here. It's mostly raccoons. We've seen bear out here, but they're black bear, and they really won't bother you much. So as long as you leave them alone. Let's go over here. Let's see what we got. We'll go over in this space. This might be good. Step careful. I got a bunch of thorn bushes here. I want to step around carefully. I was talking about this the other day. You put your foot and push to the side, and it pushes them over. You step this way and push them down. Okay? And push this way. And that way you can walk through things without getting all torn up. Those are dead thorn bushes from a year ago. Wild grapevine here going up the tree. So this area over here, I had cleared at one point to maybe put in like a small hexagon type hut. There was a space here. Oh, yeah, about where this, that's the rock. There was a stump over here somewhere we cut down ish, and that was kind of the center. And you can see there's kind of a hexagon shape kind of laid out here, like 8-foot sided hexagon, just a little, like I was thinking about putting a forge in it actually, something like that. Just a real primitive style house, super primitive. I might do that. We might do the primitive house build. I don't want to do it this year. I want to get the garden house going, get it finished. I never come out here much at night. Those are actually, they're not cedar trees, they're not evergreens, they're junipers. Juniperus virginiana. They're like eastern red cedar, and they're not really a cedar. They kind of sort of smell like it a little bit, but it's not the same. And they're not really structural. They're nice. I got a bunch of them in here. That always made me think of putting in a Christmas tree farm. I thought that would be fun to put in a Christmas tree farm here. This little sumac grotto. I kind of like these because they got these little spindly trees, or sumac trees, and you kind of walk through them. It's kind of fun. You can get in here. These are all dead. They're basically seasonal. They grow like for a few years and then die off or whatever. I think, or I'm not sure. I've never really seen one get very big. Still. Kind of fun to walk around out here. We'll head back over here by the North Terraces in a moment. Not sure if that got condensation on the lens. I'm gonna try rubbing the lens. Or if it's my suit. There we go. Now we got some focus. There we go. My autofocus was just doing terrible there. Goodness. Some of my stuff in my yard over here, next to one of my campers. So, pass this. We'll go around it. And we are back over at the North Terraces. I don't think you'll be able to see the skyline. I got to get a brighter flashlight. I will get a better light for one of these walks. But there's the oak, and looking over the North Terraces here. There's the fire pits down there. Anyway, take a little evening walk. I'm going to walk a little bit more, see what else we can find. So what everybody's doing tonight. I know I don't really have a lot of viewers in here yet, and I don't expect to. So I'm going to be doing this regularly. Morning walks, evening walks, things like that. And just kind of talking about stuff, talking about my day. Oh, there was a good one. There you go. That full moon is perfect. Look at that. Full moon. There you go. Yeah, full moon, guys. Full moon tonight. How you doing? So, just taking a little... Right here, we're at almost 10 minutes of streaming. I'll probably be on another 5 minutes. I'm going to walk around a little bit more and see what we can do. See if I can get some of this natural light for us. And I think I get a little bit of this natural lighting over here. Step over this way, that way you guys can see my face, and I'll talk to you for a little bit. So I don't know how well that natural lighting's coming in from the moon. Yeah, we're going to be doing more evening walks, more morning walks, nature hikes, things like that, going around checking stuff out. We're going to do a lot of instructional videos. So we're going to talk about different parts of construction and different things that need to be done. I've got a room addition I'm putting on in the near future once this gas line is in, and a couple other things around the house are done. We're planning to get a booster. We really want to get a cell booster. So that's a big one there. As there we go. Now you can see my face. So cell boosters coming in. That's definitely a big one, is to get the cell booster. That we've got better signal out here. I'll probably be a backup device. I've got more than one camera, where I can have things set up and then have that camera facing a different angle, or have it be on the work I'm doing and then have one be on my face, things like that. So some other software. There's a lot of different stuff we want to do out there. So right now the big project is the gas line. And then we'll be doing some more work inside remodeling, doing a lot of cleanup out there in the yard, get things picked up, trying to get things going, trying to get things fixed up. Just for winter, it's going to hit real bad. And once winter hits, it's going to be, just a chore to try and get everything done. So try and get the gas line in, and then get everything working for that. And then from there, go into something to get this outside picked up and ready for winter, some kind of program, this side, that side, do it in areas. I don't know, we're going to pick up. I want to make it out here. But winter's coming. It'll be here in a month or two, a couple of months. And I want to make sure I'm as prepared as I can be. So I didn't get a lot of viewers tonight. I didn't expect that. It's my first live. People are, still building an audience. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot more shows and definitely things going on at different times of day. But yeah, it's morning walks are good. I'll finish out some evening walks. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go ahead and walk out to the road and then come back, finish out the little bit of view of the property here. So but I like this. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a lot of fun. It's definitely something new for me to do, and people seem to enjoy it. So a lot of original content on homesteading and construction, and then probably some consistent content and an engagement. So if you guys want to ask me questions or talk to me about things, if you're homesteading and you want to ask questions, if you have questions about construction, I can at least tell you what code book to look in, or who to call, what trades do that. I've been working in construction most of my life, so I know the basics on most parts of constructing a home or building most structures. So at least the basics. I mean, you get into commercial stuff and parking garages, now you're talking over my head. All right, you need an architect for that. You've got to have an engineer. But for building a house, for remodeling, for homesteading, fences, gazebos, foundations, all different kinds of roofs, I've done it. So we're going to go ahead and take a little bit more walk, and we're going to go out to the road here. Kind of under this tree here. We trimmed the tree a little bit. You can see where we trimmed the tree because we had a gravel delivery, and we wanted to make sure it wasn't. We had to trim it so that it wouldn't mess with the gravel trucks. So this is kind of my loading area. I got some tea over here. I have Walmart. That's where Walmart buys things. I get deliveries, so I haven't actually left my house in weeks, probably a month, maybe longer, and don't intend to. I used to travel all the time, all over the place, different places, and I don't need to anymore. I still like to travel. I enjoy, but I travel for leisure. I travel to explore and find new places I haven't been to before. So we'll take a look at some of the stuff we got laying around the yard. So over here, the reflector there is off my box truck. It needs a motor. Tried to get it fixed when I thought it was getting bad, and the guy said he only works on commercial vehicles or diesels or something. I don't know what it was, but extra gas can. We got these these are 4-inch cinder blocks I get used in the bathroom, and there's a couple of other odds and ends here. Mostly a crate full of stuff that came out of a truck, and these baskets, these wire baskets, I need to move those over to the house and put them in the shop. So we've got these blocks here, old oil. There's the box truck over there. And then over that way, we'll go ahead and head over that way. We're going to go around. There's the other cinder blocks that I still have a bunch of. I have all these cinder blocks. I've never used them for a bunch of things. They're just laying around. So we have pallets of cinder blocks over here. And a tire. These are where the cinder blocks are. And over in that way is where my garden is, kind of off to the side there. There's a fence around everything. And then that's a Kawasaki K400 that's in pieces. And another stack of cinder blocks. So lots of cinder blocks I bought in case I wanted them. Anyway, I'm not too worried about snakes right now. It's like kind of cold. There might be a few out. We get copperhead here. There's like several kinds of rattlesnakes in the state, but the one we get here mostly is the copperhead. And they're baby rattlesnake is, it's not a lot of fun. It gave me a fever, made me kind of it wasn't bad. So I think I've had a worse night at the bar than baby rattlesnake gave me. God, what was her name? Anyway, Brandy. No, you take it from me. There is a website out there, and it's where I should probably date. It's probably called barbarianwomen.com, or women that know how to travel, women that aren't afraid to pitch a tent. Where's those women that want to help me dig a well? No, I'm kidding, honey. I'll do all that work. I'm being silly. So anyway, no, I tell you what, trying to find people that want to enjoy this kind of life, homesteading, off-grid stuff, it's difficult. You find people that are into farming, that want to farm and ranch, but they expect you to have a house with all the modern niceties. And since I'm pagan, the whole like trad wife thing is just, I don't think that's, kind of for me. I don't know if that works. Right? So, I tell you what, just trying to find people that enjoy this and other people that are out here. So, I am pagan. I draw from all religions. I'm eclectic. I draw from everything from Hinduism to, Wicca, to Rastafarianism, to Hinduism and Christianity. So, there's a shirt that got left out. I'll have to pick that up later. But yeah, this is our first live. We're just hanging out, and we're going to go ahead and cut it here. So look around the yard. I got to put the lid back on the trash can there. The raccoons keep getting into it. And what we're going to be doing here shortly is setting up this propane tank here. And we'll be plumbing this for a line that's going to come over here. And I have a call coming, YouTube.